Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
How we doing, everybody? It's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. It's not our usual typical day to record, but it's such a heavy week of WrestleMania. Miguelito over here said, Channel, you know what we need to do? Well, we need to do a recap episode for Dynasty, because if we don't do it, we're not going to get to it. And we're going to have a 14-hour show. So, welcome to the show, brother. How are we feeling today?
I'm feeling good, as always. At the end of the day, we all know that we have 13 matches to go over a Thursday on your regularly scheduled programming for Four Sides of the Ring. And I said, well, we've got 13 matches for Dynasty to go over. I don't think we want to touch on 26 matches in the span of an hour, 2 hours. It'd be a 16-hour show. So here you are. Here's night one of a 2-night buy one get one free wrestling recap extravaganza.
Listen, free wrestling talk. Also, the man who would like to talk about 26 matches in the span of 2 hours, he's a sick man individual. He calls himself the wrestling guru's guru, your favorite wrestling analyst. But in reality, everybody, he's a sick man with sick perverted thoughts. He texted me earlier today. He was like, did you know today was the first time a DDT was ever done in a professional wrestling ring? And I said, Tino, leave me alone. It's 2:00 in the morning. He said, yeah, but I just want you to know. So introducing the sickest man in America, your favorite wrestling analyst. How are we doing today, buddy?
That's hilarious. What's going on, boys? Glad to be back for another week. It's funny, as you was talking to Mike, I was definitely thinking to myself, I don't mind a 14-hour show. That's fine. That's fine with me. We go to 9, go to 7 a.m. It's perfect.
You're a sick man.
You see, and he's a sick individual. He also is a large proponent of popping up into the stream with his TV volume at 100. He's not only the wrestling guru's favorite wrestling guru. He's also hearing. He also is partially deaf. Yeah, it is. It didn't fall on deaf ears though, unlike Tano's ears. The amount of wrestling that we got 48 hours ago for Chano. Chano also died a little bit inside this past weekend because he had to experience Chris Jericho live on a pay-per-view. So Chano, I want to know your thoughts on how are you feeling? Are you okay? Is everything still, gelling for the most part?
You know what? I actually did something really well for that Chris Jericho match. I skipped it. I skipped it. And you know why I skipped it? Because Tina was happy about the whole match. So I knew it wasn't good.
That's insane.
No. So give me 1 second, everybody. But Chris Jericho match was on. All I heard from Mike was he has sparkly pants. Next I heard was Chris Jericho has dementia. Then the next text message was, this is real graps. This is what wrestling is all about. He's like, if I can't have Chris Jericho in a match, I don't want it.
I also have to say, shout out to Jericho for taking a few of those bumps. You guys were kind of trying to give him some heat. Those marks were from those bumps he was taking, man. He was giving his greatest hits. He was hanging and banging in there, and it wasn't that bad for a guy who hasn't wrestled in a while for his age.
You know why his marks
didn't look
you know why his marks? Because he's a senior citizen. He's a geriatric senior citizen who needs to be put down. Listen, the day Chris Jericho retires, I would cherish that man's career and I will celebrate him like the Hall of Famer, top 10 of all time wrestler that he is. Until then, Chris, Get off my TV.
He just got back. You leave that man alone. Listen,
I
I tell you
swear to
what.
God. I swear to God. Double or nothing, when we all are double or nothing, that's a collective margarita match. It's a collective. All 9 of us are getting up.
I'll be
at the
I'll
same
be at
time.
the I'll be staying at the seats watching the match. Just bring me back a drink.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't see this match. So Tina, what did you think about Ricochet?
I mean, honestly, it was as I wasn't trolling. I honestly thought it was a pretty good match. Yeah, obviously Jericho did his greatest hits, but I did thought that he hanged and banged in there with Ricochet pretty well. He took a few surprising bumps to me just because, again, him not being in the ring for a while. I was pretty surprised that he again took a few of those bumps. However, I like the start to it. Jericho losing, I think, was kind of a surprise just based on his what he was doing previously, always on TV, always kind of winning in a cheesy way. So it was kind of big for Ricochet getting that win too, because we all hate Ricochet. So it's kind of more reason to hate him because he just beat Jericho, who just got back. So it was just Jericho doing his job again, putting people over.
Putting people over. He's 75 years old. If he doesn't put people over, what is he doing on my television?
Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm gonna speak very from a analytic perspective. Our boy ringside WT, Chris did great. Yeah, Chris did good. Look, Chris
for a geriatric citizen,
for a guy who's on Medicaid and is a part of AARP, he did fantastic. Okay.
Yes. If that's the standards,
that's it, baby. That he did great. Listen, here's my gripe with it. 10 minutes too long. Way too long. Way too long. Way too many false finishes for a Chris Jericho Ricochet match in 2026. If this is a Chris Jericho Ricochet match in 2019, sure, I'll take your false finishes. I'll take your near falls. I'll take all of it. In the year of 2026, Chris Jericho Ricochet, I don't need 8 fucking near false finishes.
You know what's mad funny?
10 minutes too long. That's my gripe.
You know what's mad funny? I was hoping the Jericho match would be one of the first matches on. So as soon as you guys were like, man, this match is still going, I was like, nice. I got another 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Listen, it's a pay-per-view. Let them have fun. 10 minutes too long for a Dynamite, sure. I'm not going to hold you. I don't want to be that guy. But for a $60 pay-per-view, you get your money's worth for AEW, 1,000%, right? A lot of matches. But let me tell you what. You lose money whenever Chris Jericho starts wrestling. No, let me stop. I'm just a hater.
Yeah, no. Don't beat it too bad. But like, look, I get it. Like, we gotta respect Jericho. Like, I'm a hypocrite, much like, you know, Roman and Punk. You know, I love the Hardy Boys, but I'm sitting here talking trash about Chris Jericho. They've got the same in-ring capabilities, both of them. You know, all 3 of them combined, and the Hardys are 10 years younger than Jericho. So, yeah.
Listen, ringside, my mans, whenever you're ready to join the hate of Jericho, let me know, brother. I accept you with open arms.
Listen, my man, I know this man. He is not a hater. He will not hate Chris Jericho. He will love Chris Jericho.
All right, so when Chris Jericho in 20 years, they're doing a Chris Jericho retirement tour, and he comes back at 90, are we allowed to hate at that point? Because we know Jericho's going to go the Ric Flair route. This is my last match. Comes back 5 years later. This is my last match.
I will say, he looked like Mickey Rourke from the Wrestler movie.
Yeah, I did see that. Listen, I love Jericho. I respect him. Ringside, so you may not be familiar with me, but I am an absolute ageist. The moment you hit the age 45...
Unfortunate truth.
I got to explain myself every episode. But the moment you hit 45 years old, I am completely done with you. And the reason why I say done with you is because at that point you clearly lose a step. Like I was listening to Matt Hardy talk about it. Matt Hardy was like, yo, when I was younger, I used to do a leg drop off the top rope. He was like, but I messed up my back. He was like, I can't do that anymore. So I do an elbow drop from the second rope. And I was like, yeah, that looks fucking terrible, dog. But listen, I love the
And
fact.
I tell you what, sorry to cut you off. That's real quick. That's why me and Channel always butt heads every now and then, because I'm the complete opposite from Channel. I'm not saying he doesn't appreciate it. Maybe I appreciate it too much. But if you're 45 and over, it's all good. How about we make our own wrestling promotion where if you're 48 and over, you make the cut. It's fine. Doesn't matter your physical condition. As long as you know the ropes, you're there. I'm all for it.
That sounds like a terrible promotion.
We tried that. We tried that with
the back of
Samoan.
Denny's.
Yeah, we tried that with Samoan professional wrestling, and we unfortunately couldn't get a tattoo artist that specialized in Samoan art specifically. So the promotion died before it even had a chance to
1,000%
live.
So
he's a freak though. Shout out to Benjamin.
Okay, so I do have
a few exceptions.
I do have a few exceptions to my rule. I'm not a true hater. Dustin Rhodes still go. AJ Styles can still go. Bobby Lashley, you see the age. He has a Goldberg moveset at this point.
You see the age.
you see the age. Sheldon Benjamin can go. Jeff Jarrett can go.
Surprisingly.
Who's the other guy from the old guy from TNA with the
PCO?
No, the guy with he used to run TNA. Was that Jeff Jarrett?
Yes.
You're probably thinking of Jeff Jarrett.
The other dude, the bald-headed dude, Jay Lethal. I'm sure Jay Lethal is 50 years old.
Yeah,
Jay Lethal can still go.
I think Jay Lethal isn't that old, isn't he? He's like in his
he's in his late 30s.
He's been on TV since he was like 15. Yeah,
he's been wrestling for a while. He's in his late 30s or early 40s. But now, listen, there is a few exceptions to my rule. 40? Yeah.
Wow.
There's a few exceptions to my rule. But I say that to say I do appreciate wrestling. The thing is, I want to remember you when you was at your absolute greatest. Because when you start to fade, I can't show my son. This is my favorite wrestler. This is Chris Jericho, one of the absolute greats. And Grayson's going to look at me because Grayson is power. My son Grayson, he's 5 years old. He loves to power scale everybody. First thing when he meets a new character, is this strong? So-and-so stronger than so-and-so? And I got to tell him. He's like, is Chris Jericho stronger than Donkey Kong? And I got to be like, no, maybe 15 years ago, Chris Jericho cannot touch DK or Eduardo D from Kirby. So
that's hilarious.
That's the introduction to me. I'm getting a request from Netram because he was drooling this match.
Well, hold on a sec. We can't. We're gonna start bouncing around, and it's gonna get ugly here. It's gonna get ugly.
Wasn't that the next match? Or the first match?
Yeah, it was the next match, but we're missing the first match, which was...
What was the first match?
The Young Bucks versus the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. Now here's an unlikely scenario for an AEW pay-per-view, and I was telling Mr. Ringside WT over there, we can call him WT. I was telling WT over there that I found it highly unlikely that we would end up seeing a Can They Coexist tag team on an AEW pay-per-view, which is a top 5 WWE trope at this point. And we'll have an episode post-Mania season hosted by yours truly here on Four Sides about wrestling tropes, because there's a lot of them. But top 5 WWE trope, and it was executed very well here, I have to say. Jackson, both of these brothers, man, I make jokes about the middle-aged Bucks and the midlife crisis Bucks and the not-so-young Bucks. And listen, man, they're still one of the best teams to ever do it in the ring. And I really enjoyed this match. And what kind of hurt was the fact that what followed this match was Chris Jericho and Ricochet. So that's my thoughts on that. This opening match was stellar. I hate the Don Callis family. Well, I hate Don Callis. So Marcus isn't here to interject and interrupt that statement or from the rafters here. But hate the Don Callis stable. Love the guys in the stable. And I'm excited to see Okada and Takeshita at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's my biggest takeaway from this match as well. Was when it was him. He kind of abandoned him, leaving the Young Bucks to secure the victory. Honestly, just you hit the nail right on the head. For me, this was probably one of my favorite Young Buck matches. Obviously, proving that they're one of the best tag team wrestlers in the world, probably to this day. I thought it was a phenomenal match. And again, my biggest takeaway was just that friction within the Don Callis family. And I can't wait to see what Takeshita and Okada has in store for us, because we know that's going to be a banger.
This, bro, Friction is Don Callis's middle name. If there's not,
I mean, when you have 24 members, it's bound to happen. But when it's the two top guys, it makes it a little bit more interesting.
Don Callis got a stable of some of the most buff, handsome men in professional wrestling. No comment after that. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
And the pictures be crazy too.
Yeah, I mean, he's and the pictures, the artwork is absolutely diabolical. My man is running one of the my man is basically like the Hugh Hefner of handsome wrestlers in AEW. Like, if you're a handsome, muscular wrestler, Don Callis, get on the Don Callis payroll. Come on over.
That's actually pretty funny. Ringside says, I always walk away thinking the Young Bucks had the best match of the night and rarely pick it to be so initially. To be honest, that's fair. I enjoy the Young Bucks when they're not facing FTR. I just think that's overdone and overdue.
Key.
And no, Nitram, I don't need to see it 17 more times to know that it just doesn't work anymore. Jesus Christ. He's like, the Usos and the New Day, they did it 36 times. Is that enough? I don't want to hear it, buddy.
Yeah, he really was dying on that hill. I love you, Nitram, but that was such a weird. That wasn't a good comp at the time. I feel.
Nah, it's always missed. It's always missed. Oh, Tino, my fault. So let's mark our calendars. I forgot it's Tuesday. You got to forgive me. What you got?
Are we marking our calendars? Okay.
You tell me, it's your segment, buddy.
That's we usually.
Do you have anything prepared?
No, I do have something prepared, but we usually open with it. So when we opened with Dynamite, it caught me a little off guard. But I do have something to mark our calendars for. It's a couple interesting ones for tonight. Looking back, 1993. Bear with me. WCW has their they have their NYC debut. It was a non-televised show. It was significant mostly because it was the beginning of the invasion. I kind of look at it as it was. We all know New York City being a big WWE territory, especially back in that time. So them being in the Garden was obviously pretty big. That night, it was main evented by Sting taking on Big Van Vader for the title. That match, Vader retained by disqualification. It was actually a couple interesting matchups. Rick Rude also defeated Cactus Jack. We got to see Dustin Rhodes retain his WCW US title against Paul Aldoff. And I actually seen this match earlier, so I'm glad we hit this segment today. You have to go back and see Barry Windham retaining the NWA title against Ricky Steamboat. Now, I get it. It's from 1993, but the match still holds up. Hard-hitting match, great watch. We're going to fast forward a little bit, maybe a decade later.
Thank God.
Into 2014. Now,
2014, that's 2 decades.
2014, a decade from 93, right?
A decade from 93?
I'm sorry.
2014.
Math is off. Excuse me.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is the New York City education at its absolute finest.
Unfortunately, that's not the first time I heard that. Moving on.
9 plus 10, 21.
Moving on, a couple of decades from 93.
Thank you.
We're going to 2014. It was a bit of an emotional night that night on Raw, to where there was a celebration of the Ultimate Warrior who passed a few days before. Throughout the night, they had Warrior moments where they had just basically showing packages of Warrior's most iconic moments. It was an interesting night that night as well. There was an Intercontinental title tournament going on that night. It was the first round. We had RVD taking on Alberto Del Rio, which he moved on that night. We had Cesaro defeating Mark Henry. That was actually a pretty good matchup. Sheamus beating Jack Swagger. Just a couple of round one matchups that I thought were really interesting. But the biggest takeaway that night was we had the Shield in an 11-on-1 handicap matchup against the whole roster, whole heel heavy roster. And at the end of that night, we had the return of Evolution. And looking back, researching this, I remember popping that night when Evolution came out. And to this day, if they were to come out like a week from now, I'd probably still pop. And it set up a match for them in Extreme Rules a few months later down the line where the Shield actually beat Evolution. And those were fun times. Those were definitely fun times. And that's marking our calendars today.
So luckily, Tino has another mark in the calendar on Thursday. So we're gonna work on that math, guys.
I have 2 days. We're gonna
get this math down.
Yeah.
How many days until Tuesday?
Oh boy.
If you guys think I'm hard on him now, just see how I talk to him when we're not rolling. No, honestly, much love to my brother. Good, thank you for marking our calendars. Even though fucking 1 decade is 2, but okay.
The way I look at it.
Moving on.
That's how you stay young.
Listen.
2015 was what, like 4 years ago, right?
2016.
4 years ago?
I'm not gonna hold you. 2016 does feel like it was 4 years ago. So touche, my good sir. Listen, let's talk about something that makes Nitram hot and sweaty. Andrade El Idolo versus Darby Allin. I saw the second half of this match because I was still afraid to walk in on Chris Jericho wrestling. So I did see half this match, and it was really good. It picked up second half. I do, Nitram, if you're watching, if you do watch this back, this is what I need from you at Double or Nothing. And Nitram will be that happy. I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit second. Nitram loves Andrade. And this is what I absolutely need for you at Double or Nothing. I need you to sneak your way into the front row and be the bad bitch that you are and take a picture of Andrade just like that, buddy. Any thoughts on the match, Mike?
Any thoughts on the match? Yeah, I mean, at this point, Darby Allin is just trying to find new ways where he can kill himself in his matches. I watched this dude get tossed around like an absolute rag doll. He's jumping off everything. He's getting dropped on everything. Honestly, it was a really good match. It was honestly solid match. I to be honest with you, I liked this match more than I liked Ospreay and Moxley later on.
Okay. What about you, Tina? What you thought about this match?
Thought it was a dope match, just like Mike said. Darby Allin, every match he's in, it's kind of like, how is he gonna hurt himself this time? It was fun seeing Darby move on. Of course, now he has a title shot or opportunity against MJF. My fear is that I'm not gonna dive too deep into it. I just hope that they keep the title on MJF. It'll be a little too quick, I feel, for Darby to retain. I mean, to win the title. MJF is hot right now. You got to let him go all the way to All In with that title. But that doesn't mean that the matchup this Wednesday night isn't going to be high-powered offense either between both talents. But the match between Andrade and Darby was spectacular. Andrade's a star. Darby's Darby. And I'm excited to see what's next for Andrade, because Darby's in like that main picture, where I feel Andrade's kind of like in the mid-card, kind of floating towards that top of spot. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what's next for Andrade.
I had a train of thought that I absolutely lost it. I don't think Darby's gonna win the title because Darby had a storyline tailor-made to him at All In last year when Hangman won this strap. That was Darby.
That was the time. Yep.
That was Darby Allin's story. That was his moment. That was specifically tailored for him to become world champion. Don't get me wrong, Hangman did an incredible job in that storyline, and he did bring it home. However, I don't see Darby being world champion outside of a giant storyline like that to happen. Because as great as Darby is, Darby's hot take, I think Darby's becoming incredibly close to becoming a gimmick wrestler. In a sense where he said it himself, he can do technical stuff, but that's not why people watch him. I believe R-Truth could do some technical stuff, but I would not watch Truth if he started doing some technical
Zack
wrestling.
Sabre Jr. shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you know what I mean? It's not in his warehouse. At this point, we watched Darby for how is he gonna hurt himself this time?
Mhm.
How is he gonna make their health insurance pay out those healthy premiums? Because my man's hit his deductible already, and it's only April. So you know what I mean? That's an adult joke for you young whippersnappers. You don't get it. Ask your mammy what the high deductible for your insurance is.
Yeah.
So but that being said, Andrade has been doing incredible work since his return in AEW. Great matches, and I feel like this is more of a confidence thing for him.
Yeah.
He seems way more confident in the ring, and I don't know what it was that held him back. His first AEW run.
I don't know what has held Andrade back his entire career. I don't know if this is a situation where, and I don't want to go too far on a mic tangent here, but I don't know if this is a situation where he just gets in his own way with these companies and like overvalues himself. Look at his first WWE run, like his NXT run, probably one of the best NXT runs for a guy during that era. He was a he held that NXT championship. He had Zelina, came up to the main roster, immediately feuded with Rey Mysterio, won the US championship, and then was released from the company, floated around here and there, and then popped up in AEW, had a good run in AEW, and then said, this ain't for me. I'm going back to WWE. Came back to WWE, had a good run, said, got released because of some maybe questionable drug test. And then now he's having a great run again in AEW. So guy confuses the shit out of him. He's so good.
As long as he stays on this path, then he's money. I think, again, not to get too deep in, whatever how he is, but I think the only person stopping Andrade is Andrade for whatever reasons that may be, because he's spectacular on any roster. So I agree. As I mentioned, I'm excited to see what's next for him. I just want to kind of see him float away from that top tier mid card into like more major storylines, into more of the main event picture. So that's really what I'm more hopeful for Andrade.
I mean, he's there already. You know what I mean? He's graduating. Obviously, Darby's in a spot where you don't honestly. Darby just shouldn't take many losses. But Andrade's right there. He's on a precipice. And as long as he has NetRam in his corner, anything is possible. Right? So, listen. That's my piece on it. Great match. What was the match after this? Was it the Mox Ospreay match?
No. It was Darby, Andrade, then we had FTR, Dax Harwood, versus Cage and Cope.
Oh, so where's my boy? Ringside. These are another two dudes. This Edge, right? Adam Copeland, I'm so sorry. The wrestler formerly known as Edge. That's another one that should hang it up. He looks terrible out there, dog. So does Christian Cage. But
there was some good in this match, man.
I liked it. I enjoyed this match. I thought Cope was gonna pull it off.
I don't know, man. Something about maybe it's because Christian was on such a high on his run before having, Edge come back into the company and then having a feud and then, having them reunite and all this other bullshit. I can't even think about, like, I can't even give you the words to describe what I'm trying to say here. Something doesn't feel right when I look at that picture. Like I'm like, like it's Edge and Christian, but I'm like, it's not Edge and Christian because it's a different version of Christian. And this is kind of a different version of Edge. It's old man Edge. But this is still your father's dead Christian. So it's like, I don't know. The in-ring stuff here, there was some good, but like I said, I just, and I'm not sitting here saying like anything I watched this week so far, WWE wise, was better than anything I've seen on Dynasty, because Dynasty, everything compared to what we've seen WWE so far this week has been upper echelon compared. But this, I don't know, man. This was a funky one for me.
I will say, kind of just hopping onto what you said, because I am a fan of Cope and Christian. Not saying that you guys aren't, but I was looking forward to this matchup. Thought it was a decent matchup for what it was. It was kind of like the attitude era versus the modern era of tag team wrestling. But I kind of feel what you're saying though, Mike. Like I was excited when Cope came back, and then I was excited when they got together. But at the same time, that's just more of a nostalgia factor because it kind of feels like it's being a bit forced. Kind of like you said, Christian is kind of still the dead father character, while Cope is kind of trying to calm him down and make little jokes about certain things before they cut off the camera. It just feels a little forced, like they're trying to force a last run with them as a tag team, maybe before one stabs the other in the back one last time. Hopefully not. But the matchup itself, I didn't, like I said, I didn't think it was bad for what it was worth. It's Cope and Christian, man. So as many matches as I could see them getting, I'm down to see.
It's to piggyback on. It's hard. Imagine Cope and Christian got together and they both magically grew out their hair like they were in their 20s again with the funky shades, the chainmail shirts. They'd have been like, okay, this is clearly your greatest hits. This is what it is right now. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to evolve. Christian himself has evolved so much as a character that Christian is now a babyface while being a heel. We love Christian. We love Christian Cage. But if you was to see him abandon that persona and just go full on babyface, I do this for the fans.
It wouldn't work. Yeah,
I wouldn't believe it.
I wouldn't believe it. It would be absolutely terrible. So I kind of like the mesh of the personalities. You know what I mean? They're acknowledging what it is, but I wanted them to win the championship. Only because I want to sing Edge's theme song at Double or Nothing.
There's still time.
Well, you're probably end up getting a triple threat or a fatal 4-way ladder match at Double or Nothing at this point. I mean, that's probably the direction we're heading. Because you throw a multi-man tag match on the card. Let's just say the Young Bucks versus FTR versus Edge and Christian versus give me a tag team, guys. Anybody? What's the tag team division look like on fucking
Private Party? You have the
Private Party's hurt. One of them's hurt. I mean, Conglomeration's a trio. Kevin Knight and Speedball are no longer a team, really, with Kevin Knight.
He won the
Rascals. Oh, good shout, ringside. Good shout, W. Yeah, so let's just say Rascals, FTR, Young Bucks, Edge and Christian, 4-way ladder match or 4-way tag match at Double or Nothing. It kind of could have a situation where you could get Edge and Christian on the titles there because the Young Bucks are going to be once again focused on FTR. Rascals can sell for them, make them look good. Edge and Christian could get protected in this match. They don't have to be in the match, involved in the whole time. So I think that's a direction you could head. But nevertheless, man, I'm not an FTR guy either. So I think that's the root of fundamental issue for me with this match was maybe if this was the Young Bucks versus Edge and Christian, I might have different feelings for this. But that's where I stand.
Listen, it's fair, but when you're running back the greatest hits, especially with older wrestlers, you leaving yourself a lot to be desired. Because it's nice, you know what I mean? But it's not like in wrestling, we don't have a time machine to go back in time and get the prime version of you. You know what I mean? These are two guys clearly in their 50s on the last stages of their career, wrestling for the fans and wrestling for themselves. You know what I mean? Childhood friends. There's not a better story than that. Your childhood friend that you really grew up with your whole entire life. You guys both made it. Both become world champions. And you guys get to retire together? Bro, fire.
That's pretty lit.
It is lit. We are going to commercial. We will be back after these local messages.
What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad, Brandy's here to pick us right back up. Thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, we got good seats and great prices. New users can score a fantastic $20 off their final ticket purchase by using the exclusive promo code 4SIDESOTR at checkout for any event. That's 4SIDESOTR. Tell them the bad guy sent you.
Tell them the bad guy sent you for everything. It doesn't even matter what it is.
Yeah,
They're like,
that's how
Joe,
I
you're
ended
doing
up
at the store.
in a sketchy part of New York with the Dominicans. The bad guy sent me.
Listen, and
Okay,
he was
just
having
come this
fun.
way. That's fine.
He's like,
Yeah,
Papi, CC.
listen,
Mofongo. He's like, Mofongo? I like Mofongo. What was after this match? I don't have the match order. Was it
Casino Gauntlet? Casino Gauntlet match.
I don't have that.
My good brother. So we had a lot of. I'll take.
Yeah, go ahead. Go have fun.
Take the reins. Casino Gauntlet match to crown a new TNT champion. Very fun match here. We had Tommaso Ciampa and Roosh kick off the match. We had entrance by Bandito. We had Mystico. We had El Clone. We had Kevin Knight, Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta, Pac. We had who else do we have in this match? That was about 10 names, right? That was a solid 10 names.
Just
right
about.
there. That was about Kevin Knight. Oh, Speedball Mike Bailey. Maybe I'm missing one or two, but off the dome, that sounds about right. Honestly, this was a match of the night for me, folks. I really enjoyed the Casino Gauntlet match. I like the take on a battle royal where you don't necessarily have to worry about getting thrown over the top rope. It's a first pinfall wins the match. I think it's a fun match concept. I think it works really well in AEW. My highlight of the night, honestly, was El Clone. Big fan.
Is that hologram?
That is not hologram. That is hologram's clone. That's his evil counterpart. El Clone is former CMLL and AAA wrestler Aries. That is who El Clone is. Watch this dude wrestle. Watch his match from Collision on Saturday with Matt, and then watch his run in when he makes that entrance again. That dude is fucking smooth like butter. Buttery smooth. Like, can't believe it's not butter smooth. I like this match. I had a good time watching it. Probably a standout match for me on Dynasty. Now to Tano, the guru, with some thoughts.
So what I will say about this matchup, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I did miss that matchup. But what I will say is Kevin Knight, as we obviously know, is the winner. I'm more excited. And what I really wanted to touch on more was Kevin Knight, especially since him winning that title. He's now the face of the mid-card division in AEW. I'm excited to kind of see. I don't know if you guys seen in the end when Kevin Knight won, Mike Bailey didn't really look too happy for his buddy. So it's looking like, they're teasing a little something long-term. I believe tomorrow night he has a match. He, as in Kevin Knight, has a matchup against Daniel Garcia. So it looks like he's going to have kind of like an open challenge kind of vibe going. And I'm a fan of Kevin Knight. He's fun. He's I don't mean to do a comparison, but he kind of reminds me of like an AEW version Javon Evans, just in skill set wise and like the high flying offense. And I'm excited for Kevin Knight. He more than deserves to have this title. And as I mentioned, him against Mike Bailey, I think is going to be a banger whenever and if that happens. And again, I'm excited for Kevin Knight.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have any thoughts in the match. I thought it was well done, and I'm enjoying seeing Tommaso Ciampa enjoy wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's able to do things he wasn't able to do for a while. I enjoy that. I like watching people find the passion that they once had for it. Other than that, as far as Mike Bailey, don't ever trust somebody who doesn't wear shoes, especially to a wrestling ring. That's the
thing. I was watching Mike Bailey, man, and I was sitting there, before I ended up passing out midway through the show, because I did in fact have to rewatch the show. I I think Bailey's such a good talent. I just don't understand him. That's my thing. I just don't understand the guy. Well, I don't understand them.
Can I say my
Like-
truth? I don't like Mike Mosby Bailey.
Only complaint about that match was too many Death Riders. Yeah, way too Death Rider heavy, bro. I heard that theme song. We heard that theme song 3 times.
Yeah.
It's catchy. It gets the people going.
Jet Speed is cool and all, but Knight is just too talented to be stuck in the tag team division. I think TK knows what he has in him. Absolutely.
That's it. And also,
ended on that.
Speedball is just not that guy, pal.
Yeah, I mean, I used for a while there, I was calling him 8 Ball.
The Hernandez brothers will lynch me when they find out what I have said. What was it? Mox Osprey now?
No. Tekla, Jamie Hayter. Only women's match on the main card. We had Alex Windsor beating Marina Shafir, and then Camille squashed some random chick, and then Megan Bain and Lena Cross defeated High-End and Maya World, who we know the North Carolina boys love Maya World. I'm honestly a little shocked that we just had one women's match on Dynasty. Last pay-per-view, we had 3 or 4. So huge disparity here. I felt with this match.
I mean, we have another pay-per-view a month away, so it'll give him some time to go build some things. Camilla's back, so who knows what happens with the CBS Championship.
So some firecracker.
Willow's a little banged up. Tekla's got it, and Jamie Hayter proves why she is at the upper echelon of the women's division and all of wrestling. Women's wrestling has taken so far from where it was 10 years ago. And as by some comparisons, it's truly better than the men's. Tina, what you think about this match?
So I thought it was a great matchup. I also noticed that as well. I noticed while watching the card that was the only women's matchup on the main card. I thought that was pretty interesting, but it did deliver. It wasn't like it wasn't the only women's matchup, and it wasn't, a good matchup. I loved Tekla's character work throughout the matchup and just all her little antics throughout it. It was a fun match, and Tekla deserved, honestly, to hold on to that title, just proving that she's obviously still the top of that women's division. And I'm excited to see what's next for Jamie. Jamie's another one I'm just keeping my eyes on. I'm keeping my eyes on a few losers who didn't get the winning side of the coin on night. Look, she got the shit end of the stick that night, but it's not like she performed bad. She actually dominated most of that matchup. But it was a good matchup.
Tekla, man, she's got something. They got something with that girl, man. She's a little wild, a little crazy. I like her. I'm a big fan. I think she's got something. They got something real special with her. I fully expect. I hate to say it, but I think Tekla probably doesn't drop that title for a while. And I don't think that. I think the person that takes that title off her is Tony Storm again, which I hate to say because Tony could use a little bit of time away from that. But yeah, solid match here, good match. I mean, not really much to say about it, man. Just 2 really solid pro wrestlers doing the thing.
Yep.
Oh, we lost our fearless leader here. There, he's back. He's back.
Nasty ass cough up.
Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah.
It's okay. I've been asking if this match was the next match for the last 6 matches.
Yeah,
is it Will Ospreay now?
It is Will Ospreay and John Moxley.
So, in all due respect to Will Ospreay, if you thought Tyna was a sick man for bringing up wrestling facts, Will Ospreay is a sick man for taking neck bumps for 80% of this match. Truly sick man. He truly does it for the love of the game, and he's a sick individual. I'm not a big fan of Mox. I don't really like his wrestling style, like the brawler type. However, him and Will Ospreay, amazing chemistry.
Yep.
To me, this would be match of the night if it wasn't for the main event. So, Tina, let's start with you, and then we finish off with Mike. So, Tina, what you thought about this match?
So hard-hitting matchup. It was just a war. It was just a brutal war. As you just mentioned, Mox focused on his neck injury. and Will Ospreay brought the fight, and I love the storytelling throughout that matchup, kind of showing that Will Ospreay was more focused on revenge rather than actually winning the title. And it was, again, hard-hitting matchup and one of Moxley's best matches, in my opinion, at least so far into this year, quarter into this year. Just because, like you said, the chemistry was just awesome. And I think for Ospreay, this is just a minor setback for what could be a major comeback. I'm thinking maybe to set something up for him, maybe the Owen Cup, something like that, to get him back into the title picture. So just a brutal war between two warriors, and Ospreay definitely brought it. Kind of made you forget that he had a neck injury. Just
Forget
with all
about
those
it.
bumps he took.
What are you talking about? The commentary brought it up every single time. Oh my God, Ospreay taking another hit and then an injured neck.
They had to, because he was getting hit left and right. It was like they had to make sure.
You couldn't tell the guy who came out with like 35 pieces of fucking tape on his neck.
Yeah, right.
Has a neck injury or is coming back from a neck. I mean, that's the one thing that I gotta go on a mic tangent here on about is commentary team takes me out of matches on AEW. Big time. Big time. No, it really is. How many times did we hear Kenny Omega had 13 feet of intestines removed, and we didn't think the god of pro wrestling would ever be back in this ring, but here he is with 13 tons of intestine removed and 13 yards of intestine removed, and Ospreay's neck is held together by 2 paper clips and a fucking piece of duct tape. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I genuinely could not get focused in on this match. Like, hear me out. I might go back and rewatch this match and watch it with the Spanish commentary just to fucking not listen. Just not to listen to Excalibur and not understand commentary, just so I can focus on the graphs. But I could not, for the life of me, get locked into this match. It was a very good match, a very classic Jon Moxley performance when the lights are the brightest or the dimmest in this scenario, because I don't know what happened to the lighting on this show at this point. The lighting got all weird. And for Ospreay, it was a classic Ospreay match. Ospreay's moveset reminds me of Cody's, where it's just a combination of all the moves of the wrestlers that he's wrestled previously. I love Ospreay, but I feel like he leans into way too many moves from other people in his matches.
It's mad funny. I remember Cody saying, if he's wrestled you 3 times.
3 times, he steals your move. Yes.
Could you imagine after the Roman match, he starts stealing the Superman punch?
I thought he was going to start using the spear. I shit you not. I thought he was going to start using the spear. I thought he was going to like put that in the arsenal, the move set after 40. And I really thought it was going to happen, but he didn't. I want to see it. To my surprise,
I want to see him steal
I can't see a Cody spear.
No,
no Cody spear. No.
I want to see the shit out of that dude. Well, I mean, he did technically hit a spear in the match. He did spear Roman in that title match. Yeah. They did do each other's finishers. So, anyway, unrelated. So, really solid match here from Mox and Ospreay. Commentary took me out a lot throughout this match, but I mean, you got the fucking foundation of AEW right here is on the backbones of a bald-headed guy who loves to see himself bleed. So what more could you want when your entire personality is for the sickos, when you've got the biggest sicko behind Tano on your show?
Talk about it. Casino was a sick man. He texted me on the side. He's like, I love this shit.
I say what though? I do kind of want to see what's in store for Mox. Obviously, the matches are always going to be the Death Riders are always going to be involved in AEW in some type of way or form. But I still find myself interested in the Death Riders story, just because I guess I'm still a little kind of confused. It was established that Mox was the heel that matchup, but it's one of those things where, even though he's champion and he's putting on good matches, what leads up to the matches doesn't really excite me. So it's kind of like, who's going to be this next guy to take it out, to take off this belt from Mox? wasn't Will. Thought it was going to be Will. So we'll see who it is.
And wise words from a wise man. I'll give you that. I got your math a little earlier, but oh so telling. We'll be back after this next commercial break.
Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, and every promo is celebrated in fashion. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling, we've got the latest gear to elevate your wrestling wardrobe. Show off your passion for the squared circle. It's not just clothing, it's a lifestyle. Come shop with us and unleash your inner champion at foursidesofthering.com. That's foursidesofthering.com.
Yeah, guys, buy merch. We have some things coming up. We can't really talk about it, but it's coming up.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Man.
I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. We have been giving Tino tap dancing lessons for the past 6 months, and he's gonna perform for you guys in all of our merch.
If it's just a small booking fee, we'll discuss prices
Thursday.
No. There's no booking
42
fee.
predictions.
He's gonna tap dance.
Dancing with Tano is debuting Thursday.
He's gonna tap dance his way to your hearts. He told me he got the inspiration from Happy Feet. While he marks the calendar.
While he marks your calendars, Tano's tap dancing on Thursday.
Just me out of breath. This day in 2001.
I'll tell you what, though. I'm not going to hold you. If you was actually able to pull that off, I think we'd all have to learn how to tap dance and get it off.
Yeah. You have to hit can you tap your head and rub your stomach at the same time? Can you chew gum and walk? Can you...
What was that?
I find myself that's harder to do the older I get. Chew bubblegum and walk is getting a bit harder as I age.
Yeah, old man over here. What was it? The trios tag titles, right?
Yeah, trios tag titles. The conglomeration. Hey. Welcome back, Kyle O'Reilly. Good to see him back on our
hometown hero.
Hometown hero, and one of the most unique entrances for a wrestling match with basically a sitcom setup, which I thought it's
cool.
It was so sweet. It was such a cool little thing, man. It was really cool. What was not cool? Poor Gabe Kidd, fellas. Bald brother is down. Bald brother went down here, so the bald community lost one of their own.
and it sucks, man, because I just started getting familiar with Gabe Kidd. I wasn't too familiar with his New Japan stuff, so when he started showing up more in AEW, I'm like, okay, this guy is good. I love the smack talk in the ring, and it's obviously sucks an injury. Who knows if they were supposed to lose the title since they just won it the night before? I mean, it was taped, so it was technically 4 days, but we're gonna count it as a day. But it obviously sucks when somebody like that goes out to injury. But just on like a personal note, it sucks for me because I was just getting familiar with him and I was becoming a fan. I love the shit talk, and he was fun to watch for the small sample size that I got watching him.
I felt like I blanked and he broke his wrist.
I rewatched that match. I went back about 3 different times to find the exact spot he broke his wrist. He broke his wrist on the dive. Kyle O'Reilly dived to the outside. He caught him in the weirdest fucking way possible. Went down. O'Reilly went on the wrist. Broke the wrist right there.
That's unfortunate. That really is fortunate. To make everybody's dim mood come back up, let's look at Andrade and Nitram all over again. we're gonna try to get this done at Double or Nothing, guys.
Suck the air back into the place.
You gotta print it out and show it to him so he could sign it.
Oh my god!
If Nitram met Andrade, he's not washing the hand he shook. He's leaving it. Telling you right now, Nitram's
come on.
You see how Nitram talks about Andrade? It's nuts.
Listen, it's the same way I used to talk about Ludwig Kaiser and his handsome ass, but he disappeared on us, and we still haven't found him.
Yeah,
who knows where that man is at?
I will say this: Nitram has good taste in wrestling men.
He does.
Ludwig is another one of his guys.
He's a handsome fella.
All right, so let's go into our main event, shall we? The devil himself, MJF, versus the wrestling god, Kenny Omega. This match, gentlemen, barn burner. As advertised. MGF, damn, that boy is good. And Kenny Omega is showing why he's on everybody's short list of one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Yep.
Truly the wrestler of a generation. And it's incredible to see what Kenny Omega has come back from and still give us this quality of a match. However, I do have one question for you guys. MJF kicking out of the one-winged angel, does it count?
No.
And before you guys, Tino, you're a hater. I'm waiting for Mike. Does it count?
I don't know. Inconclusive. That was a long time, man.
All right, so let's break down the events, right? Very, very short now the events. One winged angel is hit. Kenny Omega covers. Referee comes. 1, 2, kick out. No matter how you cut it, it doesn't matter.
Ref was down for a minute, man.
Listen, they should be better. Listen, honestly, in wrestling logic, if you knock the ref down, what are you doing going for the pin with a ref down? You visibly see the man's down.
That's a spot. That is a spot that I do not like.
Then I'm not going to hold you. If you pin him and the crowd gets to 10, maybe you should stop pinning him.
Yeah.
And then a ref gets out there. You think somebody's going to be down for a 20 count? Has that ever happened in professional wrestling?
That would have been sick to happen that night. It might as well have happened.
Bro, the ref got knocked out. They went for the pin. The count was at 15. The referee came out. 1, 2. Bro, if MJF would have stood down for the full 20, bro, that would have been nuts.
It was 20 seconds, man. I don't know. Dang.
No. Forget the 20 seconds. The referee counted. The referee counted. There was a kick out directly after one winged angel. It's Kenny's fault for covering him when a ref was not awake and aware.
So I just want to say this, because while you were talking, when before you even got the question out, I totally jumped the gun just by saying no. I guess I'm more feeling like Mike and kind of indecisive here, because you just kind of opened my eyes again, because that is a spot that I never liked. I never liked the spot to where you see the ref is down and the opponent is just with the leg up while the whole crowd is counting. MJF was down long enough that it would have counted as a TKO in boxing or in MMA. But in the history books, that will go down as him kicking out of the one-winged angel, because not many people are going to say, yeah, but however, this is what actually happened. That doesn't really happen so often. The matchup itself, besides that one spot, it was obviously a high impact match with like a lot of strikes, especially from Kenny Omega. I thought he had a lot of great spots, kind of showing that he could still do his thing, even at 70% of Kenny Omega is better than 100% of most talent. And it was a lot of technical counters as well during that matchup that I thought were really good. And it was just the ultimate story of good versus evil. It was Omega being the valiant hero against the ultimate villain in MJF, and beautiful matchup. But that spot kind of took it away from me, but it didn't leave too bad of a taste in my mouth.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
So there's some cool things that I liked from this. The first thing was MJF's entrance probably was one of the best entrances that he's ever had. The second thing I also noticed was that when you see him come up from the pits of hell with this crown on and this spiked jacket and 666 on him and, the devil, it's very noticeable. It's very subtle, I should say. The crowd didn't know how to react to MJF in that moment. When they saw him arise from the pit of hell, and they saw him with this crown of thorns and this crown, these spikes from his jacket and everything, it's so subtle, but if you go back and you watch him as he comes up, the crowd is cheering, and then a hush kind of falls over them because they didn't know what to expect there. And I thought that was really cool. Just the way the air kind of got sucked out of the building and the contrast between Kenny and MJF here with the colors and the gear was beautifully done. If you're gonna have MJF kick out of the one wing and Angel, do it the right way. Do it the right way.
It's easy to say that, but
they copped out. You copped out. If you're gonna sit there and say we wanna have MJF be the first person to ever kick out of the one wing and Angel, then you're gonna have to commit to the bit. They didn't do when Undertaker broke Lesnar, when Lesnar broke Undertaker's streak, it wasn't a false finish. It was clean. 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring. Lesnar decimated Taker, broke the streak. The world fucking lost their mind. That's what this moment was. And I think you diluted that now because if someone were to kick out of a one-winged Angel in the future, or say MJF were to kick out of it on the immediate 1, 2, 2.999 kick out, it dilutes it now because now you're going to say, oh, he did already kind of kick out of it. I don't know. That's my recency approach to this.
And that's right now. As time passes, you'll appreciate it more because it's kind of like on WWE side on the Roman thing, all the interference, it saves them. You know what I mean? Doesn't make them look as weak. And I'm not gonna hold you. I'd rather him kick it out that way than kicking out of the Avalanche one-winged Angel.
No way.
Because if he would have kicked out of the Avalanche one-winged Angel, I'm like, Kenny Omega's retiring tonight. We're never gonna see him ever again in a wrestling ring.
But that was every point.
Every time I see. Real quick, I'm sorry. Every time I see Kenny Omega go for his finish, I'm just like, holy hell! His finish is pretty tough to set up. It's I feel like it's not a move you could hit on every opponent. So I know that again, super obvious, but I just had to throw that out there. Like every single time, like that spot when he was gonna do it off the third rope, I'm like, ain't no way he's gonna do that. Like that's insane. If he would have hit that would have had to be the match. But yeah.
With Kenny Omega's health and everything with the diverticulitis, the one-winged Angel finish is not going to be around in his arsenal much longer at this rate. And you said it, a 70% Kenny Omega is better than 90% of pro wrestlers out there. It was noticeable this go around. I haven't really noticed it previously, but I noticed it in this match against MJF. I noticed a sluggish Kenny Omega at certain parts. I really did. And it kind of took me out a sec because I'm like, oh, this is the god of pro wrestling. And I was like, and he just kind of sluggishly took that Panama, you know what I mean? Like it was a very sluggish sequence in the corner for the Panama Destroyer. And you could kind of watch Kenny just kind of stay there and kind of hold that position for longer than you would expect. Like there was bits of this match where you could tell that this is a guy who is going to completely have to rework his style if he wants to wrestle till his 50s. Let alone if he wants to wrestle to 45. Because he's only 40 years old. Keep that in mind. Kenny's only 40. But
you know what I noticed?
Sluggish, like he's 45, 46. CM Punk almost at times.
There was a time where it was a camera angle and it wasn't Kenny's fault. MJF was leaning against the turnbuckle and Kenny was punching him. The camera angle was so set up in a way where when Kenny was swinging, you saw Kenny miss every single one. It was to the turnbuckle. And I was like, damn, you really hate this cameraman, don't you? This cameraman, you stole his lunch, didn't you? Because he's not doing you any favors right now, dog. And I was like, that's how they do it. Because on the other side of the camera looks super clean, like he's punching through. But that's how I was like, oh, okay. Just hitting the mat. So turnbuckle. Love that for you, buddy. Any last thoughts about this match?
Good match, man. Really solid way to end the pay-per-view. I think Kenny Omega, one of the best to ever do it. I mean, MJF, man, he definitely should not be dropping that title tomorrow on fucking Dynamite, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Time before I get to your last thoughts. This Thursday, we have the biggest show of the year so far. As of right now, it's the biggest show of the year. It is WrestleMania 42, our predictions. You'll see the whole entire panel of guys, all of us strapping gentlemen on your TV or however you consume your podcast. we will be reviewing every single WrestleMania match, how we got there, what happened to get to this point, and the most obvious question: why didn't CM Punk and Roman Reigns kiss in the middle of the ring after their passionate promos against
Should have
each other?
kissed. They should have
Shoulda
kissed last
kissed.
night.
But we will be reviewing that this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be live on Twitter and X and YouTube. So please tune in. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a really packed show. Tino's gonna give us some mark the calendars for WrestleMania dates, and he has his math right. I'm sticking him in remedial
hopefully,
classes
I
for the
think
next
I
2
have
weeks.
3 days to prepare.
This is nuts. I hate how you lean into it. One last time for the class. Nitram and Andrade.
Nitram and Andrade. What a beautiful couple they'll make one day.
What a beautiful, loving
What
couple.
a beautiful couple.
Tina, what was your last thoughts on MJF, Kenny Omega, and then we're gonna go on your overall thoughts of Dynasty.
Well, again, just basically repetitive at this point. Great matchup. I thought Kenny, although Mike did point it out, Kenny did look a little sluggish at certain points, but the match was about 40-45 minutes. So Kenny could definitely still be out there for some time. And we all know what Max could do. Max could give you 60-minute bangers or 5-minute bangers. And Max to definitely retain tomorrow. I'm actually looking forward towards tomorrow on Dynamite. Dynamite should be a fun show post Dynasty, and as they build now towards Double or Nothing. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what Dynamite has in store.
As you should be. So overall, 1 to 10, how do you rate Dynasty?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Is it better than AEW's last pay-per-view? I forgot what the title was. What was AEW's last pay-per-view? What was the name?
Can't remember.
Revolution.
Was it better than Revolution?
I will say yes, just because I enjoyed, although I didn't enjoy the build to Mox and Will, I enjoyed the storytelling within the match. The main event was great, and even a couple of cards like on the 0 Hour, like I thought the Jack Perry matchup was great as well. I actually liked the story that they were able to tell during his matchup against Mark Davis. So I thought it was a really good show.
All right, Mike, what about you? 1 to 10 for Dynasty, and was it better than Revolution?
It was not better than Revolution. I'll give it. They're gonna kill me when I say this, man. I'll give it a 8.1.
Let's go with the decimal. Say it with your chest. You're giving them an 8. Because what is that 0.1 doing for that 8?
We like that 0.1.
No, Mike. What is Mike? What is that
on it? You know what I mean? It's like
Mike. It's not even a 0.5.
It's not an 8. It's 8.1.
Mike, it's not a 0.5, brother. You know what I mean? To say 8. That
all right,
0.1. That 0.1 isn't. Thank you.
Would it have been different if I said 8.4?
I'm like, why not just say 8.5?
See,
Yeah.
8.
You know,
I'll
it
give it an 8. I feel like there was some missteps here on the card. I feel like there was a lot of good though on the card. I feel for a company that is trying to gain as much momentum as possible heading towards their biggest shows of the year, I felt, especially with how much discourse and commentary has been on how bad WWE has been, I felt like this was a pay-per-view where AEW should have capitalized a little bit better on certain aspects. I get it. It was not everything's going to be perfect. For what it's worth, there was a lot of good though. That's my 8.18 score for Chano.
The 0.1 is pointless.
0.1 is right there.
It's point. I see what you did there, buddy. It's still pointless. It's pointless as fuck. It's like saying I give it a 7.006. You know what I mean, bro? Like, what are we talking about? Just give it a 7.
Oh my god.
I enjoyed AEW. The gang, all of us, including Rick 8-Bit and Booking Like a Mark. We are all going to Double or Nothing, including with the gang. We're gonna do some fun things. We're gonna do some trivia. We're gonna do some street trivia. We're gonna give away some things. We might give away Taino. I'm not sure yet. Depends how we act for the rest of the month.
Just know I'm expensive.
He's happy with a cup of ramen and lukewarm water.
Jeez. It's not even filtered. It's just water from like a drain. It's like here.
We're also giving away this signed photo from NetRam. We're giving this lovely photo away.
Shit.
Double or Nothing should be fun. The gang is going. We're gonna have a whole bunch of fun things coming up.
Man, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
We're gonna harass some wrestling fans and make them tell us weird things about wrestling. All right, guys. You guys want to get your plugs out?
Oh yeah, let's do it. So you can catch me on Twitter and TikTok. 16 Twitter and TikTok. Make sure you catch us in the next couple of days on Thursday. It's a big show that I can't wait for. It'll be great.
Tell it one more time, brother, because for some reason the outro just muted you out completely, brother.
Okay, could you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So you can catch me at King of Groove 16. Hopefully you can hear me now. King of Groove 16. Yeah. That's on TikTok and Twitter. Make sure you give a follow there. Make sure you follow us at Four Sides of the Ring. That's on all streaming platforms. And make sure you tune in 48 hours this Thursday. It's going to be a big show, a great show. I can't wait to be there. We're pulling an overtime this week, boys, and it's amazing. Can't wait to see y'all on Thursday.
It's crazy because he said what I was going to say. I don't even know what to say anymore. Mike.
That was great. That was a great job, honestly. Wrestling Guru coming in strong here tonight. You already know me. It's MOWM. It's _ podcast on social media. You'll catch me here back Thursday. I'm working OT, but they're not paying OT. I'm excited to talk wrestling. Unfortunately, though, I guess be the bearer of bad news. I won't be around for the whole episode Thursday night. I got a hot date with Sin City. I'll see you there.
That is true. And you can find me absolutely nowhere. But you can find the rest of the guys. Ew, that was so weird. How to say it like that. Four Sides of the Ring. 4 SIDESOTR on X. 4 Sides of the Ring. Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, Facebook, MySpace, AIM. Honestly, if there's a social media site, we are on there. It doesn't matter. We're your favorite wrestling podcast. We will be live this Thursday. We're promoting it because we want you guys there. I want to hear you guys tell me, Dan Channel, your opinion sucks. How dare you think the Bloodline is the greatest family of all of professional wrestling? I don't care the Cody Rhodes family dynasty only has 3 members. I don't care the Anoa'i Fatu family has 17 members in wrestling. That means nothing to me. But have fun, guys. We'll see you Thursday, hopefully.
Thursday.
And if you're not enjoying wrestling, you're not watching it right.
Go watch.
And we're gonna get down to some math lessons. True. Peace, love, and happiness, everybody. Peace, love, and happiness.